What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Chris Moore, and in today's video we got a 2022 Kawasaki Z900. This bike is brand hammer new. It's got 800 miles on it, and it's a really good color combination. Now, unfortunately, we've already had to take the bike apart a little bit to access the ECU, but this thing is a really cool matte blue and black. I'll have it all put back together where you guys can see it at the end of the video, but this thing looks really nice. We had to access the ECU in order to, of course, flash it, tune it, and get our RPM signal here for the dyno. But anyways, this bike has came to us with a CS Racing full exhaust system. This exhaust system looks super nice. It is brand spanking new. The customer just installed it, and this is pretty much his only modification. We're going to be tuning this thing in today, seeing what kind of performance the bike has, and making it run as smooth as possible. Then we will have an ECU Flash available for this exhaust system. So if you have a Z900 and you have the CS Racing exhaust system, you can send your ECU to us. We can flash it and get it fixed right up. Would you look at that though? What kind of oil filter is on this bike? Anyways, let's look at it again. Honda oil filter. Did it come from the factory like that? I don't know. Somebody done put us a Honda oil filter on a Kawasaki. Is that a sin or what? All right, guys, stay with us. Let's get started in this video with the baseline pull. We're about to do the baseline pull on this thing. It is all warmed up and ready to go. As far as the Honda oil filter, me and the owner were just laughing and cutting up about that. He said he just doesn't really like his I don't know, we're not gonna say it. Anyways, long story short, Honda oil filter, Kawasaki oil filter, some of them interchange and take the same stuff. It does not matter the brand of oil filter, guys. So don't be saying, oh, this guy's gonna tear his back up. I can see you guys typing away now. Anyways, here we go. Baseline numbers come in at 116 horsepower and 63 foot-pounds of torque. Not that attractive of a dyno curve there. Let's see what we can do with this thing once we unrestrict it and tune it. ECU Flash is done. We've got all the restrictions removed out of the bike. I can crank it up and I can already tell a huge difference in just the way the thing sounds and responds. This thing was running pretty lean, meaning not getting enough fuel after he put the aftermarket exhaust system on. We've corrected all that. Now we're dialing in the fueling running wide open to get the max horsepower out of this thing. I think you're gonna be impressed when you see the numbers. tuned to where it will not make any popping on decel. The customer does not want any popping, and he does not have pair valve block-off plates. This thing is 100% bone stock except for the exhaust system. Stock air filter, stock pair valve system, stock everything, okay? Super, super smooth. Take a listen. At about 3,500 RPMs, we get a little blah, 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 but that's it. Literally on decel, real nice and smooth everywhere. So if you have one of these bikes and want to send in your ECU, the ECU is located right there, okay? It is not this smaller piece, it is the larger piece. So you don't have to send this in. This is actually a relay box. Also too, whenever you send it in, you do have to unplug the factory O2 sensor. You just tug on the wires in the exhaust pipe. We'll show you where that's at right quick. The wire is, the O2 sensor is right there. You just follow those wires up. They plug in right here. There's like a rubber coating. You just have to unplug this. You'll leave it unplugged, okay? You don't have to put tape on or anything like that. Just unplug that. The O2 sensor tells the bike to run lean. We do not want the bike to run lean. So therefore we have to unplug that and then we disable it in the ECU. And just like that, we're finished with the Z900. We ended up with some pretty nice gains overall. We went from 116 to 120. That's as far as peak numbers go, but look at the horsepower gain under the curve. At 8,000 RPMs, we went from 98 to 109. That's huge. We were also able to extend the rev limiter and make this thing rev out a little farther. So we were able to get an extra 500 RPMs out, which really helped a lot on top end. And as far as that, we were able to keep the throttle plates open longer. I almost forgot to show you what's in the ECU of this thing. Give me 1 second here and I'm gonna get that pulled up so I can show you the restriction. One more thing I wanted to show you though, I've got this bike's, or the Z900's competitor on the dyno next. It is a GSX-S 750. I just did a baseline pull with it. The ECU has already been flashed. This customer had the mail-in flash and he upgraded to a full exhaust from a slip-on, so wanted to show you the numbers. Look at the differences from this GSX-S to the Z900. Huge, huge, huge differences. So anyways, if you're in the market shopping for one of these bikes, Z900 is pretty tough to beat. Give me just 1 second, I want to show you what's in the ECU of this thing. All right, so here we go. We got this thing pulled up and you can see here this bike has secondary throttle plate. Whoa, 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 whoa. We went crazy on the zoom. Secondary throttle plate. So whenever you go wide open with your hand, it's got a computer controlled set of throttle valves that open and close based on what the computer tells it, okay? So you can see up here, this is the throttle valve opening percentage, and then this is our RPMs, okay? And you can see, hopefully it'll focus, there we go. We don't go 100% throttle until 6,500 RPM. So we change all that in the ECU Flash, unrestrict this thing, and get it going a lot sooner. Now if we put it back into first gear, you can see that the throttle plates change the same as well. We make the throttle response much faster on this thing to open those things up all the time. We also go in and remove the stock O2 sensor and remove the diesel fuel cut. Now when you let off the throttle, the fuel injectors quit running, so we don't want that. That's what gives you that nosedive sensation, burp, 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 on off with the throttle. Whenever we disable that option, that keeps the fuel injector spraying a very fine mist into the throttle bodies, and that keeps the bike much smoother when we resume throttle. So anyways, now that you got a little bit of education on how we tune these things, you can see what kind of gains we got. But take a look at this bike all put back together. I told you this color combo looks super good. Well, it definitely does. Everything is all put back together, and man, does it look a lot better. The matte blue and black really looks nice on this machine. So does that CS Racing exhaust system. All right guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications. Check us out, mooremafia.com. There you will find a ECU flashing page. There's a video in that page. Watch that video that explains the process of how it works, what you get, how long it takes, the whole 9 yards. Check it out, mooremafia.com. Be sure to smash that like button. As always guys, we appreciate you. See you next time.